Hi friends, come on now, take a seat at the table. Let's get into our weekly vibes. What do we need to know about love, money, worry, and advice for this week? And as always, I'll put a little video here for you to watch to take time to think about which number resonates with you. 1, 2, or 3. Go to that number on the video and see what your week looks like. Welcome, group 1. What do we need to know about love? We got the 3 of Swords. So, darlings, either a friend, a family, could be your significant other, could really cause you some sorrow. And you know, with this card, it's not just about heartbreak, because sorrow can come in so many ways. Sorrow could be finding out that somebody you love has some kind of health issue. It could be finding out that, you know, somebody's had to go through some kind of difficult time that's going to change, you know, them as a person. But it also could be the sorrow, the loss of friendship, the loss of trust, the loss of a person. So embrace this week with knowledge that there could be something coming that might not be a happy event. And that could be for like outside. It could be somebody at your work or, you know, your friends, family. But I just know it's really, really close to you. Okay? When it comes to money, we've got the 10 of Wands. Okay, so when it comes to finances, with the 10 of Wands, it's really about, you know, you've been trudging along, you've been making your bills, you've been making your payments, you're really trying to make the best of what you got, and you're just feeling overwhelmed. It just feels like, oh my God, as soon as I get one thing done, something else turns around and I got to be at that. And it just feels like you're never going to get to the finish line. Take your time. You are at the finish line, that you are at the point where you're going to get over that stage of being worrying, and you're going to be at that stage of knowing that you've got that income flowing in. And this at work, of course, it's the strain of work. It's the strain of, are you paying too much time at work and not paying any attention to home, family, to self-care, to, you know, those type of things. It could also mean that, you know, you're just done, frustrated, exhausted with the job. You need a break, and or you may need to look for another job. There's no stopping anyone in just switching up their lives if they need to. When it comes to worry, we got the Judgment card. So with worry and judgment, it could have several meanings, but like instantaneously, I just got this feeling of just feeling so like you're not feeling like you're up to par, or you feel inept somehow. You feel as though people are looking at you and feeling like you're less than, or judging you as less than. It's like you're overwhelmed with this ghost of who you think yourself to be, which is not in alignment of who you are. You are good enough just as you are, as you are, as you are, as you are. You're perfect. So judgment comes along and it makes you feel like you have some self-doubt, And this could literally be like in the realm of like self-hatred. And if you are in that space, that's something you really need to go talk to somebody about, a professional, a doctor, somebody who could help you with that, because I'm just looking at the harder end of what judgment could mean. And it really could be reflection. Maybe you're reflecting on everything and you're putting yourself in the worst light, or you're putting others in the worst light, and you're just angry about all these things. So, or you've done all this stuff and now you're like, should I have done that? It's this self-doubt, and it's in need of reflection. So don't overthink it, but try to think about it. And if you are into the self-hate, if you are into the area of feeling like you just don't want to be here, today is one day, tomorrow you wake up and it could be a whole new world. So if you feel that feeling, go get help, go talk to your friend, go talk to your family, go talk to your doctor, whatever it is that you need to do, okay? And when it comes to advice, we've got the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is all about choice. What is it that you want to do? What is it that you want to accomplish? It seems like there's a part of you feels stuck in this life that you're living right now, and you're looking out towards the future and you wish you could have it, but for some reason you're feeling the doubt of it. You feel almost like you're stuck where you're two, that you're afraid to make that choice. So the answer to all your problems are really up to you. Do you stay where you're two? Is that a good place for you to be and to grow from? Or do you pull up stakes and say, you know what, I'm going to go for what it is that I want in my life? It is a choice. So, my darlings, it is that time for our angel answers, when we get to ask a question that has a yes, no, maybe as its advice, or you just might be looking for some really good advice because these cards are just thought-provoking. So, do you have your question? Think about it. Okay. No, exclamation mark. No, the response to your inquiry is a firm no. You needn't worry though, as you will see why this was the perfect answer as time goes by. So darlings, in group two, let's start that all over again. Oh darlings, so darlings, in group two, what do we need to know about love this week? Ooh. We have the Lovers. So with the Lovers, you can count on some of you having a major love affair. It's going to be somebody maybe from your past, or it could be somebody that you already know that you didn't think of as somebody that you would partner up with. But there's just going to be this like, wow, kind of, you can't help but feel the attraction, and anybody around you is going to feel that same attraction. For others, this is going to really be about choice. I think when it comes to family, friends, relatives, there's some people in your life that you're kind of questioning whether they should be there, if they're helpful to you, or if they just bring you down and making you feel negative. So there's definitely a feeling of indecision, and knowing that, you're kind of letting them slide, even though every day or every week it just bugs you a little bit more and more and more. So you might have to or get off the pot. So make a decision. If this person is a true friend, you would not be in such a state of indecision. You would know the answer. And I think by having the question, you already know the answer. So you got to kind of take care of business there. When it comes to money, we have the Six of Wands, so yay! For some at work, there's going to be recognition. Now, this could be self-recognition where they're like, yay, you go, thank you for doing your job so well, Yay. But it could actually be a bonus. It could be that you win Employee of the Month, or some kind of accolades will be in store for you, which is lovely. When it comes to finances, again, this is a reward, and you may find out about some money that's coming into you, regardless of where it's coming from, but it's like you're getting recognition for it, so it probably is a little bit more than just, a small amount. It could be like a little bit, a little bit more money, a little bit more money. So, I mean, if I were you guys, if I were a player of lotto tickets, I would probably go out and buy one. Just don't forget your friend 9. All right. When it comes to worry, we have the 5 of Pentacles. So for whatever reason, your worry is that somehow, some way you're left out. Somehow, some way you're just not part of the crowd. You can't keep up. You feel like you're a fraud sometimes. It's a really strange feeling of, it's almost like you are creating your own loneliness, because there's people there that want you and love you and want to help you. There are lots of community places that if you don't have that option of family or friends, there's churches, there's different outreach programs. But it just feels like you're in the doghouse and you don't know why. You do everything. You feel like you do everything for everybody and nobody notices. Nobody says thank you. Nobody says anything. And you're just you're just feeling left out, and you don't, you want to be part of something that counts. So when it comes to advice, we got the 9 of Pentacles. Isn't that interesting that we go from the 6 of Wands that said in your money you should see some, bonuses, accolades coming your way, and yet your worry is that you're going to be alone and not have that. And then you get the 9 of Pentacles, where it's like, whether you realize it or not, everything that's happening in your life is cultivating this slice of pie that you should be happy to have. So I'm wondering, is there some depression or something going on here? Is there some medical reason? Because, life always has its ups and downs. And obviously with the friend group, it's going to be some choices for some people. And with your worries, you're just so feeling left out, but your cards are so positive. So it's almost like what's that? Like a self-realizing, a self-fulfilled prophecy. Don't do that to yourself. You got all these things that are working for you. Everybody has little problems. Everybody has things that they have to tend to. Everybody has that tomorrow that they wake up to and they find out something negative. But that shouldn't stop you, because the majority of good things in your life are really good. And you might need to take a second to really appreciate how good you actually have it. So, as always, we have our angel cards, where you get to ask a question, yes, no, maybe as its answer, or you could just be looking for some really good advice, because they give some really good advice. So, do you have your question? Close your eyes. Let's think. What do the angels have to say? Don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Sorry. Don't stop. It will soon be here. Don't stop. This is not the time to give up. Continue to move in the direction of your hopes, dreams, or plans. You are on the right path, and you should see progress as long as you stay the course. It's very important that you stand your ground and believe in yourself. Don't let others intimidate you into quitting. Just because they don't have your vision doesn't mean you shouldn't follow your heart. So for my darlings in group 3, in group through. In group 3, what do we need to know about love? 7 of Cups. Okay, so guys, you know how sometimes we give people thoughts, feelings, emotions, we give them character that they don't have. This is something that you need to be worried about. There seems to be that you're kind of all over the place about somebody in your life. And everybody has good parts of them and bad parts of them, but you just don't know. You can't make a decision. It's like you want to take a little taste from each group, but you know that if you take this person's side, or if you decide to become friends with them, you never know, they could be the one that's the gossip, or it just feels like you're in some kind of situation where there's all these players with all their own intentions and you're trying to figure out what to do about it. This could literally be like in a family situation, where you kind of just got like family issues, family fights, and people are just wanting for everybody to take a side or become part of the fight. This could be at work, not knowing, especially if you're new to work or new to the job, not knowing who to trust. This is just, this is when I would tell you that if there's anything that's happening with friends, family, relatives, what have you, that you're making choices about that in your life, that you should really step back and think about it. And you know how they say, like, don't make a decision, sleep on it for 24 hours and then make the decision? That's what I would tell you to do in this situation, because I don't think you know all the characteristics of the people or the person that you may be dealing with. So when it comes to money, we have the Two of Swords. So for some people, it's like you have blinders on as to what's the reality of what's happening in your life. You're not paying attention to how much money's going out. You're not paying attention to how much money's coming in. It's like you're not worried, but you don't know what's actually happening. It's like, let it to be for somebody else's worry. And it's a feeling of like, you want to put your head in the sand because you don't want to be part of this decision making. You just want it to be made for you, but there's decisions that have to be made. So whether this is finances at home, having to sit down and break down things and see where, you can save, or see where you're doing okay. When it comes to a job, this could be decision about a job. You could be waiting on somebody to make a decision about your job, whether you're going to keep it or not. Or it could be you choosing, am I happy here? Is this where I want to be? Is there a way to get up, climb the ladder here? And honestly, before you make any decisions about a job, leaving a job, not applying, go for it. You can always leave. But if you're considering leaving a job, do not leave that job unless you have a job lined up for yourself, and make sure that you check it out. Like, if you're going to go for work for a grocery store, go in there once or twice on your own at different times to see what it's like, to see what the girls or the guys are like, how they're talking, are they being nice? Because it just feels like there's something about that work situation you might not know everything about, or you might be blindsided by somebody taking your idea and taking responsibility for it, or taking the accolades for it. And certainly it could be you need to make a decision about some kind of financial thing, and if you don't make it, it's going to be made for you. So when it comes to worry, we've got a 9 of Cups. So for far too many of us, we overindulge, whether that be in drinking, drugs, smoking, eating. We could go on and on about all the different things that if you do it in excess can harm you. And you're worried either about yourself or somebody that you're close to about what they're doing in their life and how that could be affecting their health. So if this is you, this is really an invitation from the universe to say, hey, we're letting you know that there's something you're doing that's out of whack, whatever that is. And you would know what it is. I mean, you know, it could be biting your nails down to the nib. I don't know, but there's something in your life that you are overindulging in, and it's going to come to harm if you don't stop it or try to at least slow it down or bring it to a minimal, because I promise there's so many other things that would be coming into your life if you could try to put a cap on overindulgence of whatever it is. When it comes to advice, okay, we got the Ten of Swords. You know, just looking at your cards, and it's like there's just decision after decision after decision, whether it's with your family and friends, whether it's with your money and in your worries. It's all decision based. And this is my card of Ten of Swords. It's like surrender. Surrender to life. Surrender to what's happening to you. Surrender to what's going to happen to you, because you're human and you are going to go through the effects of all life events. It all comes to us at some point. So sure, you may be in a very indecisive time in your life right now, or maybe that's caused by life around you making it so that you don't have a choice and you feel stuck. But this is my card of just surrender. Find the joy in wherever you're to, even if it's not where you want to be, and God willing and God hoping, and with us talking with each other and getting to a different place, that's not where you're going to be tomorrow. So you need to really give some time and thought as to what it is that you truly want in your life, what's truly important to you, and make that what you surrender to. Make yourself surrender to what's best for you, what is your journey, where should you be. It's not based on anybody else or what anybody else thinks. Don't let anybody else influence you. This is you making a decision about you and where you want to be. And the best decision you can make for yourself is the one that aligns with your spirit, aligns, and you'll know it. It's just like you know when something feels right, and it's just like, that feels right. Do that for yourself, because then these worries and decisions and things that may not be going perfectly will really line up and change the alignment and change the journey that you're on. So something definitely to think about, guys. Well, it's time for the angel answers. This is where we get to ask a question that has a yes, no, or a maybe as its answer, or sometimes it's just really good advice. So close your eyes, take a deep breath. What angel answer are you looking for this week? Communicate clearly. This situation requires very precise and careful communication. Don't assume that others involved understand what you want or need from them. In-person discussions are preferable, but if that's not possible, make sure that your communication method is very thorough. This card can indicate that there's been miscommunication that has created a challenge for the parties involved. By clearing up any misunderstandings, you can heal the situation so that everyone can start moving forward again. So, my darlings, have I told you recently how much I appreciate you? I appreciate your time. I thank you for coming onto the channel, leaving comments, and just being there for me. I really, really, really appreciate it. So, as always, we have our unity candle lit for each and every one of us. And until the next time we chat, cheerio, take care, and God bless.